Jimmy Carter's immune system, pushing through against his brain cancer so he can become the first president to become 100 years old. It's absolutely incredible what the indomitable human spirit can really do to you. I can't believe it was recently his 100th birthday. It's always kind of weird, though, to talk about this stuff, because at some point in the recent future, possibly, well, yeah, it's just not going to age well. That's how it felt for like a long time whenever I had to talk about the Queen. There was just so many posts about how she was gonna live forever. Mom, turn off the computer, let it rest. Meanwhile, the fridge that's been working since the breakup of Yugoslavia, the refrigerator literally met Tito himself. It's kind of funny that we just literally never turn off that appliance. The continent of Europe and how diverse it is. The continent obviously has Celtic and Anglo, Roman and Nordic, Slavic and Baltic, finally Iberian and Hellenic. The gang's all here. I recognize half of these men, and as for the others, I'm too afraid to ask. Wait, one is... never mind. I should have just used the word. I recognize these people. Prepare for the best Hearts of Iron 4 mod yet. The Hawk Tua naval invasion sound. I mean, the original is already horrifying enough, but this would be so much worse.
Spit on that thing.
Pirate everything. Steal from Disney. Engage in copyright infringement. Break into Splash Mountain and poop in the river. Haley's on it. I guess this just got canceled for whatever reason. Then there's this reply when someone has the exact same opinion as you, but they express it in such an annoying and obnoxious way that you low-key don't want to agree. You've put me in a weird position. That's how I feel when certain Serbians are really pushing to bring back Yugoslavia. You want to bring it back for whatever. I want to bring it back because it looks cool on a map. We are not the same. What kind of freaking loser looks into an oven and smiles? Okay. I'm not well versed in creative people, but how do I get out of this? Germany as the final boss versus Germany when you unlock them as a playable character. That's literally what all the NATO countries are thinking too right now. It's like, where are the horrifying generals we had to fight against in the world wars? Once we unlock them on our side, you just give us this guy. I mean, we can go back to war criminals if you prefer that. Oh, but apparently this guy is actually, pretty cool. He basically has a job that I have, but more professional. He gets to analyze maps literally professionally. Blows up 1 million public sector workers. Woo! I know that's how I'd feel. That was the message of Star Wars, just to get rid of the bureaucrats. Sorry, man, why did you get a job on the machine that blows up planets anyways? Reading Plato on the subway. Parmenides, struggling to understand. Black guy next to me glances over. Are you an intellectual? Not really. That's why you read Plato. He smiles and leaves a few stations later. Come home and try thinking of comebacks in the shower. What the frick? Got him. I feel like this would be a life-changing experience. I probably would never be able to forget this interaction. France, when France's public debt has reached a record of 3.2 trillion, amounting to 112% of GDP, well above the 60% cap set by EU regulations. Well, maybe they're not trying to think about that too much right now. We're maxing out all the credit cards before the system blows up. Nothing to worry about. I guess we can move on. Portugal, Italy, Greece, one of us, one of us. Former British leader Boris Johnson said we considered an aquatic raid on the Netherlands to seize COVID vaccines. What? This is actually not that surprising. I mean, the United States almost completely broke apart just trying to secure PPE equipment. NATO chief warns EU against setting up a competing force. Says bloc should not duplicate efforts with US-led military alliance. You cannot rely on us solely, says NATO. Okay. Wait, why are you mad? What do you want? What do you want? There are a lot of competing forces in that organization, though. Putin proposes new rules for using nuclear weapons. Putin says Russia would consider an attack from a non-nuclear state that was backed by a nuclear-armed one to be a joint attack. Yeah, okay, sure, whatever, dude. Biden announces $8 billion military aid for Ukraine. I don't know if this is what he had planned, but it was worth a shot, right? Me on Ellen. Ellen, so I heard you like Fallout 4. Me, yeah. Me. Oh my god, Ellen, you didn't. She knows exactly how to make me happy. Time to finally live in the Fallout universe. The New York Post with this banger. Feds charge mayor with giving Turkey favors in exchange for airline flights. I guess you could say it was a Grand Theft Ottoman. Absolute banger headline. I want to be hired at a newspaper just to come up with like historical references like this. New Paris to Berlin, a high-speed train. Germany doing Berlin to this city in 5 hours versus France doing Paris to Strasbourg in 1 hour and 45 minutes. It's really cool seeing other countries argue how fast their trains are. I wish we had those. Meanwhile, the Iberians doing Lisbon to Madrid. That's 10 hours? Why would that? That's crazy. Wait, you guys get high-speed rail? Destroying all our nuclear power plants was so worth it, bro. Mozart was German. Why is everyone so uncivilized except us? Worst poop you can imagine. Oh. I guess this is a post about German people being like, well. Austrians are just silly mountain Germans. Hee hee. I despise you and hope you die. Okay, Austria, chill. Now, there's a little bit of a rivalry between the Austrians and Germans, but just let it go, please. There might be some historical grudges still being held. Wild revealed how every major nation has its own smaller version of itself. Russia, of course, with Belarus, which is sometimes literally called White Russia. Germany and Austria, oh, look at that. France and Belgium, oh. And then Spain and Portugal. Oh, finally, the UK and Ireland, can't miss them. There's actually way more examples of this, too. Turkey with a part of Cyprus. This is a controversy. We shouldn't even talk about this. Romania and Moldova. I'm gonna get myself in trouble. I gotta move on. Yeah, man, literally woke up today and chose violence. If I was you, I wouldn't start your car tomorrow, Hans. Yeah, there's a whole lot of people looking like this right now. But yeah, like I said, there is a whole bunch of other examples, but I'm glad that I wasn't the one that was gonna say it. Photographer, smile please. Me, who's Polish. Well, it's a little bit better. It's less of a frown. Oh man, this is the classic like white guy smile we give to people when we don't really know who you are, but it's just like is this where it comes from? Is it a heritage thing? Pick your Poland! To start, we obviously have Poland. Then there's upside down Poland or Indonesia. There's Poland in autumn or Canada. There's Poland in Poland or Greenland. There's premium Poland or Chile. There's castle Poland. Wait, don't tell me. What is that again? It's like an island, I think. Oh, sorry. It's an island inside of another country, but not technically. That's Gibraltar. Sideways Poland or Malta. Christmas Poland or Lebanon. Finally, upside down night Poland or Singapore. Love that the world loved Poland so much that we had to make all these different variations of that country. I love Poland at night. Christmas Poland. I think they're missing a couple too. What about German Poland? Germany themselves has been trying to make Poland Polish Germany for quite some time though. No Poland at night or Czechia. How about Sun Poland or Llama Poland? There's actually like an infinite amount of variations we can do here. Well, not infinite, but very close. Today I learned about the Jewish Arab section of X, where Arabs insult Jews by calling them Poles and believe that Israel is a Polish conspiracy or is controlled by the Polish deep state. The Jews run the world order. Meanwhile, this guy's just a Polish puppet after all. It's all Poland. Always has been. Sweden and all their famous games, a lot of them mobile. Finland and all their famous games. Again, a lot of mobile games, but pretty good. Finally, there's Denmark, Iceland, and Norway with only this god-awful thing. Actually, I don't even know what that is. What is that? I don't know why I'm pretending like I'd recognize it. It looks somewhat familiar. Oh, it's Subway Surfers. Okay. What about Deep Rock Galactic, though? Those devs live in Denmark. Awesome indie games with unique storytelling. Wow, there's so much here. Just kidding. Completely missing the point that Finnish people are weird and sadistic. Which, I mean, do you blame them? It's freezing up there. They drink a lot of vodka. I thought we all knew this by now. People saying the Philippines are unoriginal and boring because they were influenced by China, Spain, and the USA. Meanwhile, Japan and South Korea literally just borrowed a lot from China. I don't even want to get into this. You guys can have your battle, but yeah, borrowing for the Philippines, bad. Borrowing, but Japan, that's good. Kawaii. Ladies and gentlemen, I present you the nation of Chile. Whoa! I've never actually been to Chile, but this is always how I imagined it. You can literally only walk in a perfectly straight line here, right? Chinese propagandists, when it comes to making America look like the most bad AMF country in the entire planet, they're just so good. I wonder if there's like some underlying respect there. Even though tensions are kind of high between the US and China, they might still have respect. Well, even Japan in World War II has showed signs of respecting the US while we were at war. I love getting orders from Wales. Some people's addresses are literally like the Enchanted Cottage. Gwylith, what does that say again? Val of Whimsy. Oh, the Welsh. They just like to throw a bunch of letters in their words, don't they? They just really, really like doing stuff like this, apparently. Can I use the FAL? F-A-L. West Germany asks. No, responds Belgium. Meanwhile, East Germany, can I use the AK platform? Sure, says the USSR. And that is why the AK is, I mean, I didn't even know how to pronounce FAL. Everyone knows AKs though. The FN-FAL is a battle rifle designed in Belgium. Well, I would have known that. It was as popular as the AK. Me, a South Korean, after plotting meaningless attacks to nearby countries with a new 5,000-kilometer range missile and realizing how much fun it is. Oh my god, I get Kim now. This is literally what Kim Jong-un just does on the daily. Seoul to Guam distance, Jakarta to this South Korean city, Seoul to this Vietnamese city, even hitting Pakistan, that's crazy. With great power comes great responsibility. An Irish fan discussing who they want to lose between England and France in the World Cup. It's always England. Even if they were playing a team of intergalactic demons for the survival of the human race, I'd still want England to lose. And is anyone really surprised about this from the Irish fan? Of course it's gonna be like that. You could probably tell this guy his whole family is gonna get kidnapped and sent to Mars. He's still gonna root against England. Sounds like the plot of Space Jam. Most advanced Austrian cities versus the most backwards German cities. It's almost like Austria just lives in a giant desert. Maybe you could even call it the Outback. Oh man, the Austrians and their kangaroos, right? Crazy how only this European city has such weird animals and is a giant desert. Meanwhile, a lot of other European cities are nice, green and lush. I love the Aussies from Austria. All tremble before the mighty Austrian emu force. Big thanks to the patrons. Month 1 in Drew's basement. Kansas was mentioned. I can't sleep without Drew's voice. Cruz, Argentinian Grandpa, I'm Back
Amateur
Boys,
Archaeology,
aPhatNarwhal,
Carmel S,
DaBeautiful-MEGAN-Underwood,
InquisitorXarius,
KirinoIsBestGirl,
Tambre,
Tyrol,
Goat,
the Mexican
KingBearHaze,
Fredrik
and
Tibblin,
ZaneyBoi.